Guys, I haven't been this excited about a new fragrance in a long time, and I've got one for you, and you're going to need to get your nose on this one. Also, I haven't been this excited about a Goldfield Banks fragrance release in a long time, and I'm talking about their latest release called Tales of Amber. Are you familiar with this one? Have you gotten your nose on it yet? You're going to need to get your nose on it because this is going to be your autumn and winter fragrance staple. It's so good and done in such a perfect way. And it combines one of my favorite styles of fragrances, ambers, with one of my favorite notes, iris, kind of sort of like giving me the impression of Diorum Intense in an amber direction, but not your typical amber. This one kind of goes a bit salty and a bit, I would say maybe slight marine salty, but in a good way. And you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of marine fragrances. This does have ambergris in it, so it's the saltiness and marine touches from ambergris rather than seaweed or cologne or notes like that. But this is a really great new fragrance from the house of Goldfield Banks. It's part of their Botanical Series, which also features Silky Woods, which is my favorite fragrance from the line, Island Lush, we've got Purple Suede, and then we also have Silky Woods Elixir. But this is probably going to be my favorite now, and it's probably going to push Silky Woods to number 2 spot. Let me tell you the details about Tales of Amber. This is created by Suzy Le Helley, and I have been seeing her name come up quite a bit. She works at Simrise, and she's recently done fragrances for Frederick Malle, Acne Studios, and of course several of the Boss Bottled series fragrances. Most importantly for me, the Absolute and the Elixir. She did those with Nick Minardo, but this is a fragrance she's done by herself and it's so good. Also, I should say there's a fragrance by the Hellenist, a new brand that I have a video on the channel of with the founder of the Hellenist. It's a fragrance called Le Bras de Morphe. It's also focused on Iris Orris. It's featuring Violet. That's another really great fragrance that she's created, but I'm all over this Tales of Amber, and you're going to need to want to get your nose on it, like I said. So this is considered an amber, maybe amber woody, maybe amber woody spicy. It's a unisex offering. 100 ml is $319. This is sold at Lucky Scent exclusively currently, so you're going to want to go over there and check it out. I have it linked in the info box. There's also a discount code there you can take advantage of. And again, I don't hype a lot of fragrances because I get to smell a lot. This is definitely one of my favorites of the year. It's so good. You really need to get your nose on it. So, okay, notes breakdown. We've got moss accord, orange blossom, orris, cistus oil, musk, cinnamon, labdanum, New Zealand ambergris, Australian agarwood, vanillin, oud accord. Very interesting combination of notes, right? So I don't see any fresh notes in here except for the orange blossom. So this is pretty much mostly about the freshness that you're going to get from this fragrance. Everything else is pretty deeper and more intense, and that's exactly how the fragrance wears. First and foremost, it is an amber, but this is an amber that's also combining ambergris, and I think because of the ambergris is the reason why I do get a bit of salty, savory effect next to the kind of sweet, sticky, sort of vanillic, resinous take on amber. When they combine those two, it creates a very unique combo that I really enjoy. It's not necessarily overly sweet because sometimes ambers can be sweet, but this, like I said, it has a bit of saltiness, and I think it's that New Zealand ambergris that is featured in this fragrance that's creating that. It almost kind of tones down any kind of sweetness. I'm not saying this is not sweet because it does have sweetness. In the end, it has the vanillin. It has other notes that come off sweet, but it's not your super sweet kind of take on amber. But what I really like here is the orris note that's in here. This is where I kind of get the idea of the powdery effect that's in fragrances like Diorum Intense or Diorum Parfum. This kind of iris, orris, a bit vegetal, a bit rooty kind of a powderiness that I really love and really enjoy here in this fragrance. So the combination of the ambery style, the powdery style together is really super awesome and really a pleasure and very enjoyable to wear. Really loving it. But along the way, there's some warmth coming in. There's some earthy touches in there as well. But what really sticks with me is it's amber in the end. You're reminded of the amber, but it's not like every other amber. There's that unique characteristic of the saltiness that really kind of stands out for me, and the overdose of the Orris or Iris in this that also stands out, which kind of gives it a bit of a ethereal, airy quality, which you might think, is it going to be light wearing? This has great longevity. It clings on and it's long lasting, which I like, but it never actually wears very heavy. It doesn't really, you know, push you down because of its weight. It's almost like you're floating in air because how it wears. It's got this kind of flowy, ethereal vibe, which I like, but with really great longevity and a really great smell. So fantastic in the way it smells. But if you're looking for a new amber, I highly recommend you check this out. It's definitely one of the best out there. And for me, it's not only because of the Orris that's in here, it's also because I get kind of a sweet and savory kind of a combo of amber here, which for me, it's a breath of fresh air, because I'm a big fan of amber. In fact, if you ever watch my top 10 notes video or any of my notes videos, usually in the top 5, you'll find amber. I love ambers to begin with. But what I love about this one, like I said, it's that saltiness that comes in, and it really mixes nicely with the kind of vegetal touch, rooty effect of the Orris that's in here. Kind of enhances it a little bit. But I'm smelling it now. I spritzed it on the strip. It's, again, not super heavy. It doesn't have that heavy, weighty, dense experience, but really long lasting. But I'm smelling it now. I didn't mention the ouds. There are the oudy touches for sure, and also I am getting some warmth. There is cinnamon in here, but to me it acts more like a warm spice rather than a very prominent standout cinnamon note. So you experience something warm, spicy. It just warms up the fragrance even more. And for me, ambergris is not necessarily a warm note. You know, it's washed up on the ocean, the sea. It's a whale regurgitation. So it's used in the perfect amount here, because sometimes when it's overdosed, it's completely unbearable, totally unbearable. Here, it's edited down. It's perfectly featured, not overdosed, but also noticeable. It's definitely noticeable, and that's why I'm getting the saltiness in this. But a really nice job by perfumer Suzy Le Helley. I think we're going to see a lot of her name come up because, as I said, I really fell in love with the Hellenist fragrance Le Bras de Morphe, and I'm waiting to talk to you guys about that fragrance. Again, it's another iris fragrance, but it's not an amber. It's with violet. And then now this. I'm also a big fan of the few Boss fragrances, the Boss bottled fragrances that she worked with Annick Monardo on. I can only wait to see what else she does. But I'll say it again, this is one of the best releases of the year. Please go check it out. I highly recommend it. It's kind of fragrance that I really love, and it's definitely something that's worthy of being very popular, because it's just perfectly made, I think. If you want to find out more about it, head over to Lucky Scent, and I have a link in the info box. You can find out more about it there. And of course, there is a discount code in the info box as well you can take advantage of. I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown of some of the Botanical Series fragrances. This is the 5th one in the series. The latest is Tales of Amber. But we had Silky Woods Elixir. We had Purple Suede, Island Lush, and of course, Silky Woods. This is the first in the Botanical Series. And I've reviewed Silky Woods. I've reviewed Purple Suede. I have a video with Dimitri of the brand talking about Island Lush. I enjoyed those 3, but unfortunately Silky Woods Elixir was a complete letdown for me. I think it was just so different than the original. So I would rank this list with Silky Woods Elixir at number 5, Purple Suede at number 4, Island Lush at number 3, and now Silky Woods at number 2 with Tales of Amber at number 1. It's that good. Although I should say that it could be a toss-up between Tales of Amber and Silky Woods. But Silky Woods does remind me of a few other fragrances on the market. And even though there's a lot of amber fragrances out there, and I really love ambers, as you know, I also really love vanilla. I like the originality of what's happening here with this amber. The saltiness, the powderiness, and also a little bit of smokiness as well, which I forgot to mention. You do have that kind of a present, but once again, it doesn't come off heavy. There's an ethereal, floaty of, style about it, but it has great lingering power, which is cool because usually fragrances that are like that don't linger on. This one does. That's what I love about it. And when I spritz it on, I smell it, and I smell it more off of my skin. I just smell it and smell it because it's got an addicting smell, and it's a fantastic offering. It's going to be perfect also for autumn and also for winter. So those are my thoughts on the new launch of Goldfield Banks Tales of Amber from the Botanical Series. I do have to say I love the color as well. It has nothing to do with amber. I don't know why it's blue. I think this is a bit more of an amber color to me, but I'll go with the blue. But let me know your thoughts if you've sampled Tales of Amber from the House of Goldfield and Banks. What do you think about it? Do you enjoy it? Do you like it? Maybe you're not an amber fan. Maybe you do not care for Ambergris. Maybe you don't love Iris. If you love all those three, definitely, like I said, I highly, highly recommend this fragrance for you to check out. I'm happy because I like the fragrances that Goldfield and Banks releases, but I really fell in love with this one, and I wanted you guys to know about it, and you guys will probably fall in love with it, especially if you like my taste or my, style of fragrances. But some of the other fragrances are, nice fragrances, but for me, this one's totally worth really, really hyping it up because it's so good. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Tales of Amber from the House of Goldfield and Banks. Let me know your thoughts. Have you gotten your nose on it yet? Are you curious about it? Are you going to get your nose on it? Do let me know. Put a comment down below. And thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Also click that bell icon and also give a thumbs up for this video. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.